Three, two, one. It's sports time on Rocket Talk. Talking all things sports from professional to college to high school. Here are your hosts, Tyler Johnson and Wesley Magagna.
Hello, we're back. I'm Tyler Johnson, if you've forgotten. This is Wesley Magagna.
Hello.
And it's been about 3 months since our last podcast.
It has.
Not a fun time, definitely. It's been an eventful 3 months. So we're just going to dive right in and kind of talk about what we've been doing, what we've been trying to stay busy, what we've been, we're sports reporters and there hasn't been a lot of it, so.
No, surprisingly, you would think as sports reporters with the pandemic going on for the last 3 months that we'd be out of a job because what sports have been going on. But honestly, we've stayed busy between signing stories, feature stories, personal columns. That saved us. Plus, baseball just started recently, Legion Baseball, so that's saved us quite a bit too. So just taking it day by day and just doing the best we can. And that's how it's been the last 3 months. I know everybody's been kind of on the same page, so like that.
Yeah, I think, I don't want to speak too soon, knock on wood, it's not real wood. But I think we weathered the storm. I'm optimistic that, high school sports will be back in the fall, in August with football, volleyball, and soccer and college soccer. I'm hopeful, but, still got my fingers crossed. But there has been a lot of stuff going on in the sports world. There was that Jordan documentary that set the world on fire.
Yeah, Jordan documentary. What else has been going on? Free agency has still been going on in football. The draft went on.
Tom Brady joined the Bucks.
Yeah, Tom Brady going to the Bucks.
Gronk
returning.
Unretired.
Yep. And quite a bit's been going on. I'll just talk a little bit about throughout the last 3 months. My favorite part through this pandemic, sports-wise, has been The Last Dance, the Jordan documentary. Every Sunday, man, from 7 to 9, I made sure I was in front of the TV for that. Before going in, I thought I had the plan. Maybe I just wait to watch it until every episode airs so I can just binge watch it. But I couldn't hold myself to that. I caved in and I just watched every episode every week, all 2 episodes every week. So, yeah, man. So I grew up with Jordan, but by the time I could understand basketball, he was already. He was still a good player, but he wasn't in his prime anymore. So I caught him in the late 90s. But
he was with the Wizards.
And he was with the Wizards. I was just a little guy when he was with the Bulls, but the second time after he came out of retirement. But I knew Michael Jordan was a great player. He was the first athlete that I knew, whose name I had ever heard was Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. And but I didn't understand just how great he was. And just even last year before the documentary, I knew Jordan was considered the greatest, but people had mixed feelings with LeBron and all the Bill Russell, a bunch of other great players. But after watching that Jordan documentary, that woke me up. Just because, like I said, at the time I was too young to understand, but after watching that, and I know this comes from Jordan and Jordan's people, so some of it probably is hyped up, but the competitiveness of Michael Jordan, man, that's what made him great. Whatever he did,
is another level.
Yeah,
a few months ago when we were talking about Kobe, that's what we talked about, his competitiveness.
Exactly.
And he's not even close to what Michael Jordan was.
No, it didn't seem like it. Michael, man, he would do whatever it took, even if it was just walking by a player and they didn't say hi, and then Michael Jordan's all right, he's on my list now. You know what I mean? He would do whatever it took just to gain that little.
He would make stuff up.
Yeah, he would just make stuff up in his head too. But that's what made him so great. He was on his list. Anybody who was on his list, he made sure to go out and ball out every night. And like he said in the documentary, he played every single game like it was someone's first time ever watching him play. Mm-hmm. So it's
even
just
in the preseason.
Even in the preseason. So it's just great. That whole documentary. Honestly, I've seen so many sports documentaries.
It was also the
best I've seen.
Well, yeah, it was the best documentary I've ever watched, but
right.
It really painted a picture of how global he was
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Global.
I mean, like, he was the first global superstar athlete.
Right.
Everyone in the whole world knew who Michael Jordan was.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wanted to be like Mike. There's
be
that
like
commercial.
Mike. Yep.
And, I mean, for those 5 weeks, that was definitely the highlight. Like you said, I tuned in every Sunday night to watch. But then we also had, like you said, some NFL signings. We had a good, definitely lately, it's been, the last 3 months has been a freaking roller coaster, I'm not going to lie.
It has.
With the pandemic, with the riots, with the protests, with the black athletes speaking out. 2020
It's been a ride.
It sucks.
Yeah, it has. And honestly, like, that's another thing, like, since the pandemic, we're all just waiting for the world to return. And, everything is slowly starting to come back, but we're still waiting for sports. We're waiting to see if baseball is even going to have a season now.
I don't think they are.
Hockey and basketball are supposed to come back soon, which will be good because, people need something to rally around, especially right now, like with what's going on out in the world. People need something to rally around, and they need something that brings them all together, and I don't think there's anything better than that than sports. So, I've missed them. That's all I do is just eat, sleep, breathe sports. So, I've definitely missed them. These last 3 months have been the slowest 3 months of my life, really. But just staying hopeful. As long as everybody, stays smart, washes their hands, just is smart about it.
Use basic hygiene that we should have been doing in the first place.
Right.
People, we wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't come to work sick, go to school sick, if you washed your hands after you went to the bathroom, and covered your mouth when you coughed and sneezed.
Yeah. Just common sense stuff. We don't need to be out washing our hands and scrubbing everything every 5 minutes, but just, basic hygiene, stay away from people. If you're sick, stay home and, just go about your business. But, yeah, how about Tom Brady, though? Like, what were your thoughts about him going to the Bucs?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I think it's a good fit, though. When was the last time he had a wide receiver like Mike Evans before?
Yeah, and Chris Godwin. Yeah. Probably since Randy
Moss.
Yeah.
So I think, what you've said it in the past, he's not the Tom Brady of 5 years ago, but he's still Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He's got Gronk back. He's still got O.J. Howard, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, still got O.J. Howard, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans.
I think they're in good shape.
I think they're missing piece right now. They're definitely in good shape. I just think their only missing piece is a solid running back right now. If they can get that, I think they can go the distance. But I wasn't surprised that Tom Brady left the Patriots. I pretty much guessed he would, or I assumed he would. I just didn't think it would be the Bucs. I thought it would be like Tennessee possibly or LA Chargers.
Look at what the Bucs record was last year. Exactly. I think it was like 6-10.
Yeah.
And they had a quarterback that threw 30 interceptions.
Yeah.
So. If Tom Brady can just go in there and throw 30 touchdowns and
they got a solid defense
and not turn the ball over 30 times.
Yeah.
Solid defense. They can easily be a 12-4 team next year.
Exactly. Plus, with Bruce Arians at the helm, he's a quarterback coach, one of the best quarterback coaches. So I think you put him with Tom Brady, it's no step. It's not a big step down.
Rejuvenated Carson Palmer's career.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the guys he's coached: Andrew Luck, Carson Palmer. He's been with Peyton Manning in the past. He's just a really good quarterback coach. So I think him and Brady are going to do well together, and it's just different. It's something different. People, maybe this will get them off the Patriot train, but I'm not a fan of people that switch teams anyways, bandwagoners. But it was just, I thought it was fun, Gronk coming out of retirement now just because he's no longer with the Patriots. I guarantee if Brady was with the Patriots, Gronk would still be retired.
Or Julian Edelman.
Yeah, poor Edelman all up there by himself. But you know what? That's NFL's a business. Nothing's guaranteed. So Tom Brady did what he could. And it's really not surprising. Like, ever since the draft, I bet you Aaron Rodgers ups and leaves before and joins another team before he retires.
For sure.
Especially with them drafting Jordan Love so early. So I
think
it's
he goes
not
to
very,
the Raiders too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that far ahead yet, but it's not uncommon. But Yeah, so
What have you been doing during this last 3 months just to stay busy and do stuff?
working when I can. Outside of work, what have I been doing? Not a darn thing. So
It's been tough.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, you can't even like take vacations right now because no matter where you go, it's just lockdown everywhere. So vacations haven't even been like worth it. So literally just
Within the last month, they just opened up overnight camping, which
yeah,
I don't understand why that was closed anyways. The parks were open during the day,
right.
but you couldn't camp there because of social distancing. But wouldn't more people be at parks during the day than they would be at night? It didn't make any sense to me. So I've done a lot of hiking and I did a little bit of camping.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
plus that's good for you. I mean, you're getting out there, plus you're experiencing Wyoming. Plus, I mean,
Yep.
there is no.
I didn't get to
better
do
place
that
than
for the
outdoors.
first 6 months.
Exactly. So
Cold as
yeah, exactly.
Cold
So
as
why
balls.
not go out and experience the outdoors of Wyoming? Yeah, but for me, honestly, like I already told Tyler earlier, he just in the past 6 or 7 months that he's been to Wyoming, he's probably seen more around Rock Springs than I have my entire life living here. So, or most of my life, I should say. So that's good for him. But yeah, for me, literally just my dog has been my best friend. Every day spending time with my dog. But then again, I could do that every day with no complaints there. A lot of walks, a lot of rides, just killing time really is what it's been about, trying to keep up with sports, getting tired of this virtual sports crap, virtual NASCAR, all that stuff. And then watched a little bit of the NBA 2K tournament, Madden tournaments. You know, the NBA players played virtual horse for a while. I mean, that was
a disaster.
It was it was fun just because there was nothing going on, but it's just, in the end, you just want sports to return, and that's what I'm waiting for. So, but yeah, just trying to get through today. What I'm doing is just trying to get through the world outside, just the madness outside, like with George Floyd and there was just recently a shooting in Atlanta. Cops killed another black guy after he took off. I don't know a whole much about it, but I know Atlanta's rioting right now. England, I saw some highlights. They're rioting over there pretty hard. My older brother, he actually went to Minnesota to go to the what you would call ground zero of where George Floyd was killed, and he said that was an eye-opening experience right there. And I saw some of the videos and photos that he took, and wow, yeah,
It's horrible.
It is horrible, but I mean, so just trying to deal with everything.
The world is on fire.
It is 2020. If you thought 2012 was supposed to be the end of the world, that's been nothing compared to 2020. So,
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to normal as soon enough. I mean, what is normal? I didn't even remember.
yeah, what is normal?
But no, it's definitely an interesting time. But we're glad to be back in the office. We just now started to get back in the swing of things, and now that sports are slowly coming back, we'll start bringing these podcasts to you more often, more frequently. So yeah,
So we'll have a lot more to talk about here soon. Hopefully.
practice good hygiene, stay clean, and don't be mean.
Exactly.
Adios.
Catch you next time.
Cut!
Cat.